So today we have a brand new bike unboxing, and not just any bike, an electric bike from a lesser known Italian company, Fragile. Alright, sorry, no, it's from Vitus. It's the new Vitus E-Sommet VR. That's right, it is the most reasonably priced Vitus E-Sommet you can buy. So, let's have a look and see what you actually get in the box. This is going to take all my vegetarian carving skills, all their very finest sellotape, which is interesting. Oh, it's a tyre! Let's get this bad boy out. I'm assuming that's going to be a battery. I've got no idea what that is, but it looks important and expensive, so I'll leave that there. Oh my god, no wonder it was a massive box. It's got a front wheel on it. This bike, the VR, is the most reasonably priced E-Sommet that Vitus do, and it's £3,600. But what do you get for your £3,600? Well, let's have a look. Because this isn't just one of the most reasonable E-Sommets that you can buy, it's actually one of the most reasonable e-bikes you can buy at the moment. Although obviously it's quite difficult to buy any bike at the moment. I'm gonna need Mr. Cutty Knife again. Oh my god, it's heavy! Though not too heavy, obviously. Oh my god, it's pretty heavy. This says number 24 on it, so I'm assuming it's the 24th. It does look like, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go and get some Allen keys to fit these bars. Right, it's all built up. I say all built up. All I've done is attached the handlebars. But you can see it now in all its glory, and I have to say, in black it looks bloody good. I don't know why they've gone for black as the lowest spec option. For me, I think it looks the best out of the three colours that are available. Without further ado, let's give you a rundown of what you get for your £3,600. It has a 29-inch wheel at the front and a 27.5-inch wheel at the back. Yes, it is a mullet bike. It comes with 170mm forks, courtesy of these Xfusion forks, but we'll come on to them in a sec. And it also has 167mm of travel at the back. Obviously, Vitus and Nuke-Proof are inexplicably linked, so the majority of the kit that you get on your Vitus E-Sommet is going to be stuff that's provided by Nuke-Proof. But interestingly enough, they've gone for WTB rims. I don't know anything about the WTB rims, but I do like the way they look. It comes with a Nuke-Proof saddle and basically a Nuke-Proof cockpit. However, they have gone for Vitus grips, which I think is very on brand. Brakes, taken care of by the new Shimano 4-pot brakes, front and back. Now I don't think they're the Dior 4-pot, I think they are the sort of whatever they're called, the M5000s or whatever. However, I have heard good things for these very reasonably priced brakes. It comes with 11-speed Dior gears. Onto the e-bikiness of the bike, which I have to be honest, I'm not that up to speed on. It comes with a 104 watt-hour battery, which sounds like an awful lot, and an E7000 motor from Shimano, which I've heard is, a good motor for, motoring up things. I'm sure it's absolutely fine. Something that I did notice, which I thought was very cool, and I did actually hear about this from Joe Smith when we were doing the launch video for this bike, is that you can connect via Bluetooth to the Shimano computer and fiddle with things in the bike, which is pretty mad. I mean, I don't know what you can do, but that's pretty amazing. One thing I was particularly impressed about by this bike over some other bikes that, maybe some people have received recently, is the tyre choice that Vitus have gone for. Now, they've gone Maxxis back and front, but most importantly, they've gone for double down casings. So this bike is going to be able to go through much rougher, gnarlier terrain than other bikes that come with thinner casing tyres. So there's an assegai on the front and a high roller on the back, both with the double down casings, which is absolutely amazing. Let's talk, if I may, about the suspension. Interestingly enough, on the higher end models you get a RockShox Zeb fork at the front, which has got a 38mm stanchion, whereas this from Xfusion has a 36mm stanchion. Still quite a heavy bike, and actually 2 years ago, if you saw this bike with 36mm stanchions, you wouldn't think anything of it. You'd be like, yeah, it's not a downhill bike, so it's got 36-inch stanchions. That's more than enough. But now that you compare that to a 38mm stanchion on like the Zeb or the Fox 38s that I've got on my bike, that seems a little bit thin. But I'm sure it's absolutely fine. Now, I've never really seen the proper Xfusion suspension. Now, I do know that Ollie Wilkins and a few other pros ride for Xfusion, so they can't be bad at all. There were a couple of things that I noticed about the suspension, which I thought were really cool. Not necessarily anything to do with their performance, but I thought it was cool anyway. There's like an X on the top of the shock. I just think that's cool. Like, it's a nice little detail. So let's talk a little bit more about the design of this bike. It's got the integrated on-off button, which I think is very cool, and it sets it apart from other bikes nicely. It's got the integrated battery, which again makes it look really cool and clean. I wonder how easy it is going to be to take that battery out, just in case you want to charge it away from the bike, or if you've got a spare one, you want to swap them out. Another cool thing that I've only just noticed is the cable routing. That's really cool. So the cable routing actually turns with the bars. That's very cool indeed. I've never seen that before, and that makes me think that there's other elements of this bike that I haven't noticed yet that are going to be equally cool. Now, there are a couple of bits that show that it's maybe not the highest end frame. For example, where the mount for the shock is at the bottom, there's sort of a bit of open thread, which you know is just going to get filled with mud and stuff, and maybe it would be nice to have a bit of a cap over the top of that, but at the end of the day, there's not much to complain about. It's got a descend dropper post, which, I mean, I've had descend dropper posts in the past, and in fact I've still got one on one bike, and yeah, they're brilliant. You know, they're not the most expensive, but they certainly do the job, and they do it for a long time, which is really good. There's a huge amount of chainstay protection there. It goes all the way past where the chain could ever hit it. This, unfortunately, is not my bike. It is a friend's bike that I have to give back to her. She just allowed me to, very kindly, open it for her, which was very nice indeed. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing what the lowest price point Vitus E-Sommet bike actually comes with out of the box.